Hello, welcome to 24 Health and to episode 4 of our series, Busting Nutrition and Health Myths. In this episode, we are talking about gluten-free foods and whether everyone should be going gluten-free. Gluten-free foods are everywhere. But do you really need to avoid gluten? Is it actually healthier? Let's break down the science behind gluten and separate fact from fiction. Gluten is a natural protein found in wheat, barley, and rye. It helps give bread its stretchy, chewy texture. Think of it like the glue that holds dough together. But over the last decade, gluten has become public enemy number one. Is this fear justified? Here's what the science actually says. For most people, gluten is completely harmless. Cutting it out won't magically make you lose weight or become healthier. There are people who must avoid gluten for medical reasons. This includes people with celiac disease, which affects about 1% of the population. Celiac disease is an autoimmune disorder where gluten triggers the immune system to attack the small intestine. For people with celiac disease, even tiny amounts of gluten can cause severe damage. This is why everyone with celiac disease need to avoid gluten completely. The other group is those with gluten sensitivity, which affects about 6% of people. This isn't an immune reaction like celiac, but some people report bloating, fatigue, or brain fog when they eat gluten. Science is still figuring out why. There is also wheat allergy, which affects less than 0.5% of the population. This is a true allergic reaction, similar to peanut allergy, where the body reacts to proteins in wheat, including but not limited to gluten. But if you don't have one of these conditions, you probably don't need to avoid gluten. So, why do some people feel better when they stop eating gluten? This is where it gets interesting. It is true, some people do feel better when they cut gluten. But is it really the gluten? This could be explained by placebo effect. If you believe gluten is bad, you might notice improvements just by avoiding it. Also, if going gluten-free means eating fewer processed foods, you are likely to feel better. Many gluten-containing foods, such as pizza, biscuits, and cakes, are ultra-processed. Cutting them out means eating better overall. So, if you feel better off gluten, it might not actually be the gluten. Instead, you could just be benefiting from eating healthier. Before you avoid gluten, here's what most people don't realize about gluten-free diets. Gluten-free does not equal healthier. Gluten-free processed foods are often lower in fiber and higher in sugar, fat, and calories to make up for lost texture. There is also the risk of nutrient deficiencies. Whole wheat provides important nutrients like fiber, B vitamins, and iron. Cutting gluten unnecessarily can lead to nutrient gaps. Also, gluten-free products can cost 2 to 3 times more than their regular counterparts. Here's a simple way to decide if you should go gluten-free. Yes, if you have celiac disease, gluten sensitivity, or wheat allergy diagnosed by a doctor. Yes, if you feel noticeably better when you avoid gluten. No. If you're doing it because it's trendy. No. If you think it will help you lose weight. No. If you're replacing whole grains with processed gluten-free foods. So, what are we saying? Unless you have a medical reason, cutting gluten won't magically make you healthier. Instead, focus on a balanced whole food diet, whether it includes gluten or not. The next time you hear that everyone should avoid gluten, you'll know the science says otherwise. If you found this helpful, hit like and subscribe for more nutrition tips and share to spread the message.